actually in the screen?
Yep, right in the bullseye middle. And it's recording. I don't like it.
Why?
Because you're not smiling or anything.
Well, I'm not ready to shoot yet. Hey everyone, FG coming to you again. So this video is kind of a bit of a compilation piece. It wasn't really actually starting out as a video, honestly. Kind of amusing. Was on a trip to southern New Jersey to go see some friends. Actually, one of them is a pastor, and he was having a guest preacher come over, and we were just going up for the weekend to participate in their church service. And during that time, the director, who is finishing her postdoctorate training in some electro diagnostic classes for the company that we actually both work for now, and so she was finishing up some work with that, and so she stayed back at the hotel with her laptop, and I decided to go exploring and go take a look at some trails that I had seen a little bit earlier, just kind of off the top of my head. I had just kind of remembered a few of the roads and where they were kind of heading, and noticed that there were some dirt trails along the way that looked possibly promising. So I started following a set of power lines, and unfortunately that came to a very swampy point, which did not look passable. And since I was out solo with no winch and no other equipment, I decided to definitely skip on that one. So I turned around and went back, but I was able to pick up another trail along the way, which ended up going back to a very interesting looking open pit, like a sand mining excavation, whatever you'd like to call it, basically just a giant hole in the ground, which is actually not that uncommon in the area. When I was growing up and when I was a teenager into my early 20s, when I was a little more wilder in the party mode, I was known to sometimes go to some of the sand washes that were not too far away, and friends would show up, and we'd spend the night pretty much under the stars getting drunk. So those days are far in the past, but the sand washes are still there, amusingly. So this, from what I'm seeing, looked to be one of the very largest ones that I was completely unaware of, which is way back in the woods past Millville, and even further south than Bridgeton, if anyone is familiar with that area of New Jersey. But anyway, so I've got some footage here. Unfortunately, I did not have any of the heroes with me at the time, so this is only the dash cam and what I was able to shoot with my phone. I should always trust my gut. I just had this feeling that I should bring the cameras along, even though we were going to what was supposed to be just a church meeting and did not really promise too much as far as off-road time at all in the offing. And I ended up missing out. I should have trusted my gut, should have brought the cameras along. I could have had them mounted up and got some good footage. Anyway, this one didn't turn out too bad. Hopefully you enjoy it. I'm planning on a trip back where I'll have all the cameras running and definitely see what kind of footage I can get there, and probably most likely have my brother and possibly another crew member along to maybe work video and audio, and we'll see how that comes out. And we're also kicking around the idea of possibly drone footage as well, so we can get some aerial shots, which would be a very nice addition. I've seen other channels that are using drones, and I really liked how theirs came out, and I think that would be a good addition to the Frontier Geek channel as well. So we'll see how all of that works out. But anyway, without further ado, let me move on to the video. Okay, so I'm on some back roads here in the middle of southern New Jersey. I'm not exactly sure where I'm at, honestly, but I came to this open pit mine over here, which is pretty impressively huge. Started following some off-road trails and ended up back here. Now the pit itself, here, let me pan over to this side. Mine, whatever you want to call it here. This is posted no trespassing. However, the road here that I'm on, which is over here, this is probably, Atlantic Electric, which I think might be now part of Exelon. I think they got bought out. Anyway, a lot of mud back here. We've had some pretty good rain the last couple of days. And let me pan down here for a second, show you these gigantic tire tracks. Something large has very recently come through here, but I don't see anybody right now. And I'm going to get back in the truck and get out of here. But I did come across some pretty good mud holes. The truck got dirtied up pretty well. And I got to one, and given what happened that one time in Wheaton where the puddle was over 2 feet deep, I decided the better part of valor was not to go through it. So I actually turned around, although I was almost up to another place where I could do an exit. I don't have any equipment with me to plumb the depth of that water. And like I said, seeing that it looked a lot like that other one that I ran across, which looked pretty innocuous, honestly, while you were standing there eyeballing it, and turned out to be over 2 feet deep. And I'm out here solo, so if I get myself stuck, I am in quite a pickle. So let me give you a little more of a panoramic here of this mine. I thought this was pretty impressive. I guess they're just, I don't know, I guess they're just stripping sand out of here. This part of New Jersey really doesn't have any rocks. I don't know how far down bedrock is, but it's certainly not anything that ever pokes up through the surface like it does in northern New Jersey. If you've ever been there, basically New York City Metro, way different landscape up there. There's all kinds of rock which is just out and exposed. So anyway, panoramic back to here, and I'm going to end right here. And everybody have a great day, and I will catch you the next time around. FG out. Hey everyone, actually we're doing a little postscript here. I'm going to try to drive and film at the same time. There's no traffic back here, so I don't think it's really, honestly, a very dangerous occupation, although I definitely would not try this normally. Found this old abandoned train here outside of what looks like another sand plant, very similar to the one that I had just shown in your time only a few seconds ago. And yeah, it looks like this guy's been here a little while. You can tell by the amount of rust. British Columbia Railway. There's an old caboose here. And then coming up here, looks like I think a front end loader, obviously 2 Caterpillars here, a couple other cars, and it looks like 3 more here. And this looks to be, wow, this looks to be abandoned. Yeah, the buildings, the sides are gone, stuff smashed out. Oh yeah, there's a large sign here, Berkshire Hathaway Commercial Division for sale. Let me see if I can get a panoramic here for you. A little bit better out the window. You can see the walls in that one plant are missing. And let's see what we can do here. All these towers, and must be sand storage. I would assume that's all it could be. Oh, Wheaton. Yeah, okay, this is probably where they got the cleaned sand for Wheaton Glass Works, which is in Millville, which is not too far away from here. You see multiple tracks running through here, and there are tracks that go all the way back through downtown Millville, which used to be heavily supported by Wheaton glass production. Let me see if I can change hands here. Yeah, there we are. That's better. I was driving with the left and filming with the right, so you were picking up some of my my rain shield here on the window. So let's see. Yeah, no, that's pretty much, I think, all there is to see here. You've just got some railroad track here and some large power lines which are going somewhere. It's the piece of that right away that I was in a few minutes ago. So anyway, yeah, just couldn't let that one go. I thought that was just too interesting. Those trains are really neat. Sad watching them just sitting there rusting away the end of their life. But Well, unfortunately, that describes a lot of the infrastructure in the United States these days. We've gotten away from a lot of manufacturing and turned into a lot of a services industry type of country. The industrial giant that we were between the world wars and, of course, post-war, when we had ramped up to beat the Nazis and the Japanese. Amazing stuff. So here's some kind of a conveyor, it looks to be. Yeah, there's a conveyor track running down there into the trees. Nothing here to see anymore. It's all abandoned and tore up. Really a shame. All right, until next time, FG signing off.